Hi, everyone. Congratulations, first of all, for getting selected in the Microsoft. Myself, Dr. Digvijay Rathod, Associate Dean, School of Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics, and I'm also the heading the placement department in this school. Rehan Patel is also a placement coordinator in the same school, and he is also helping us to see that this placements will be move very smoothly. So, first of all, congratulations to all of you.
Good morning, everyone, and many congratulations on securing the job at Microsoft. I would first like to start this meeting by asking you guys to introduce yourself. So, can you please introduce yourself, Anindita?
Yes. So I am Anindita Ghosh and I am currently pursuing my master's in cybersecurity from National Forensic Sciences University.
Jeet?
Okay, so myself Chitrami. I am also doing my masters from the Nfsu and from this cybersecurity batch.
Yeah, I'm Naman Shah. I hail from Udaipur, Rajasthan, and I'm pursuing my MTech in Cybersecurity Incident Response from National Forensic Science University.
I am Samath Desai. I am pursuing my master's in digital forensic and I am from Valsad.
Okay, fantastic. So, welcome once again to this meeting. There are a few questions that I would like to ask regarding the whole experience you had with your course as well as the placement that we had in the campus. So, first thing, before we get into the entire course and the placement things, I would like to know from you all that how exactly did you come to know about NFSU? So,
So I came to know about NFSU from my seniors, and also when I looked up on Google about the colleges that are offering cybersecurity, so this was one of the recommended ones. So that's how I came to know about it.
Jeet?
Yeah. So basically, I get to know about the NFSU from my bachelor's university. Specifically, there's a one professor named Richa Mehta. She personally suggested me that there's a university which is totally like have the courses based on the cybersecurity and pen testing. So I get the full reference from my bachelor university, which is the KSV.
So, about in terms of getting to know about NFSU, so I did my BTech in cybersecurity, and so that's why I had a major motive to pursue my master's in cybersecurity as well. So, I was researching about few colleges in India which can provide me masters into cybersecurity, and I had found a couple of colleges, but the curriculum that was prepared over in those colleges was not specific towards cybersecurity. So that was the one major advantage that I was getting into NFSU, that there are no additional subjects that are not focused towards cybersecurity. So that's how I got to know and decide about NFSU.
I was planning my master's, so I had a very great interest in cybersecurity. So I tried some foreign universities as well, but I got no clue. But then I found out, like, yeah, it's here itself. So I got to know about from word of mouth from my seniors, as well as some online websites, and provided the entire curriculum which suited me the best.
So fantastic, and I really get glad to know that you found NFSU. So all of your courses had this entrance process that you had to follow, and there are many students that are planning on pursuing their masters in this year, and they all have this one question: that how did you prepare for the entrance examination of NFSU? And I believe who else would be the best to answer this question, but the students who are already pursuing their masters here. So what were your experience with the entrance examination?
So, as we know, there were 70% questions related to computer science and cybersecurity, and 30% on aptitude. So, I prepared. That's how I prepared. For example, I went through the syllabus of computer science BSc IT. For example, data structures, programs, logic circuits, etc., etc. Then for cybersecurity, I referred to websites such as EduReka, ExamRadar, and for aptitude test, I referred to websites such as FacePrep. So that's how I prepared for the interview. Test.
Yeah, so basically I did my bachelor's BCA. So for the technical part, it was clear that I just revised my bachelor's syllabus, and for the like logical reasoning and for that stuff, I gave the exam for which is known as the CMAT and SNAP. So by preparing for that both exam, cover all these stuffs.
So I was preparing for gate itself, and I had cleared my gate. So since I had cut out the cleared the gate cutoff, so I wasn't required to appear for the entrance examination for NFSU at that time. So I didn't actually prepare for the entrance for NFSU, but I had prepared for gate.
I saw some information on the website which had aptitude question as well as cybersecurity related questions. So I for aptitude I prepared from India Bix, and then for cybersecurity I had gone through some introductory books from PACT. So that's what helped me.
I would like to know that once you take the admission in this university and you already spent almost 1.5 years in this school, I would like to know that what is your experience? Because see, getting selected in the Microsoft is a dream job. So you already have in your hand. Now to reach to this Microsoft, what is your experience? What you have gained from this school? That I would like to know.
So to begin with the syllabus, so I felt the syllabus is pretty comprehensive. Like there are various subjects in each semester, and it covers the entire subcomponents that are required in cybersecurity. That also helped in the interview process. Then coming to the faculty members, I found my faculty members were very helpful and supportive. For example, the project guide we choose. Whenever I'm stuck on my project guide always comes to my rescue. So that's how. And then some of the faculty members also keep sharing external notes or extra material that can be helpful in interview processes. So the entire learning experience was pretty great and helpful, of course.
Yes, Naman, how was your experience?
So in terms of experience, I have a lot of things to mention. So first of all, my experience, learning experience in NFSU was amazing, and I'm saying amazing because I am from a batch which has completed the masters during the time of pandemic. So that was a very hard time for everybody, for the faculties, for the school, and for the students as well. For the faculties, because they are not in a state where they are able to see the faces of the student and the reaction to the content that they are delivering. Still, after that, they did their best, and the teaching that we received from the faculties during this time was amazing. They tried to complete all the syllabus part, and other than syllabus, they always tried to provide us with extra material that we can utilize at our home, because see, the times were tough for everybody. We were at our homes, they were at their homes, but yeah, they made sure that we are always constantly utilizing our time, for the advancement of our skills and learnings as well. And they did try to help us with everything in the practical courses as well. They suggested us the platforms where we can do it. The remote accesses were provided to us, so that is a new learning experience, because that was something happening for the very first time for everybody. And along with that, yeah, I have just one regret, that I could have made this experience a little more better if I would have been on campus to to use the lab facilities that was available, because in our campus we have the CDC. That's one of the most advanced technology that we have in the country at this moment. So that's one regret that I'm going to carry. But other than that, it was very amazing experience, and I'm really thankful to the school and the faculties who had put in so hard efforts for us.
Jeet?
So I think we try to see that even if you see in the pandemic also, we faculty member we are quite worried also, because this course needs the hands-on experience, hands-on practicals also. And for that, if you can see that we did the arrangement where we have given the remote access to all the places. We have kept to lab assistant. They are stand here in the campus, and they will give you the remote access regularly. Because when you do a remote access, we know that because of the internet connections issues, you that is also got disconnected. So we try to see that the faculty member, they will deploy the virtual machines in each of the machines, and the students also can have the access to those virtual machines through the VPNs or through the remote access also. We'll go further ahead, because we know that the placement department is the backbone for any of the university. No doubt, academics, faculty members, they play a very crucial role. But we, as in school, we try to see that the students, they will have a very good support from our side. We would like to know that what is your experience as far as the placement concern, and, that I would like to know. 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 And, that I
Anandita.
So, for the companies I sat for my placement, everything was handled by the placement cell. They were the mediator, and on both the parties, I would say the information, like everybody was well informed, starting from the students to the company. Everybody was well informed. All the information and all the results, everything was very prompt. So, I had a pleasant experience with the placement cell of our college.
Jit, comments from your side or the Samarth?
Yes, the placement department was very helpful during the time of interview, and any process or any errors in between, they were able to communicate through the third party, and it was really helpful, and it helped me a lot to for smooth communication and also to make a good impression on them.
Jit?
Okay. So basically for the placement, our placement in charge, Mr. Rans and Digvijay sir helped so much, to coordinate with the students and with the like HR of the company. It's like really a tough job. We personally, we students like always ask when a company will come. So that's the pleasant surprise that how our placement coordinator is so friendly with us, that he train us, guide us, that how we can approach it to the company in the interviews and how we should prepare for it.
Naman, you would like to do some improvisation? Would like to add
Yeah.
something else?
Yeah, sure. So about the placement, right? So see, like we discussed earlier about pandemic situation, and we know how companies react to the students coming from a degree that's being done. Most major part of the degree is being done in online mode. Still, placement team was able to bring a lot of companies to the campus. So that's a very big challenging task that they have accomplished very successfully, because the number of companies that we have seen coming on the campus for this particular academic year was amazing, and an amazing response has been received from the industry as well. So that's one major accomplishment. Other than that, the contact, and rather than contact, I would say the communication part was very clear. We were being informed about the duration of the company's prior hand, and so everything was managed very smoothly. Even though there were certain challenges that might have been faced by the placement team during the time of contacting the companies and all, but they didn't affect the students' future. So that's the main thing.
So I think Naman, what you have said is right, because as an placement officer of this school, me and Rehan, we do faced a few of the challenges during the pandemic, because we know that during the pandemic, no, the company also facing getting the good clients also. But we are fortunate, and we are normally happy to say that we every year I think around 40 to 45 company they do visit our campus, and we try to see that the students will get a maximum advantage, or will get, or they will get the advantage that they can apply to the maximum number of companies also. In continue with the that questions, see, it is very interesting to know that, because you've appeared in the number of phases which was conducted by the Microsoft. So it is very important to know that what was the process, and how is your experience during that entire placement process of the Microsoft. That is important to know, because these answers is going to be give the inspirations to your juniors also, and the other people will watch this video, that how is your experience, what kind of phases they have, and what kind of expertise they are expecting from your side also.
So there was a preliminary test held. In that, there was scenario based questions, and based on those scenarios, MCQs was asked. So after we were shortlisted for that, we were asked to appear for interviews. So there were a total of 3 interviews. The first 2 interviews were purely technical, and each lasted for an hour. So the questions were basically focused on malware analysis, incident response management, threat hunting, and networking. And all of this is a part of our syllabus. So we were pretty well versed with it. Then coming to then also they were asked scenario based questions, or they asked for our approaches or how we would react to it. And then thirdly, they also asked me to write a program in Python. Coming to the third interview, it lasted for around 15 to 20 minutes. It was technical plus HR. and in that we were asked similar kind of technical questions and a little bit about Microsoft and what is our objective towards it. So yeah, that was the process.
Samarth or Jit, you would like to add something?
Yeah. So basically, I personally, what happened with me is like I am not good with the aptitude stuff. Rather than I, it can say like I believe, like personally, I believe that like if I go and study for the aptitude part, I will do this some technical learning. So basically, that's the best part which I feel in the Microsoft, that they don't ask some aptitude or a thing like. Rather than that, they what they do is like, and their first round is like related to the like log analysis and coding and other stuff as an in that tool. Then there was the first interview. In first interview for me, there was they asked the stuff from my resume, like for me, like I personally like the low end stuff. So questions related to memory, assembly, and exploit development were asked to me in first round. And in second round, of course, there's everything was covered into the first round. So in second round, they asked me stuff related to malware analysis, and there was last round, which mostly in Microsoft is known as the MMM round, which is known as the management round. So in that, the means the sir which came is the overall the head of the Microsoft India. So he asked us about the like normal stuff. It was just for the 10-15 minutes interview, like give introduction and just a small intro type stuff. Yeah.
Samarth or Jit?
Yes, for me the experience was quite different. They actually, what I saw that the job profile, I studied that job profile and questions related to it. So I made sure that I prepared according to that. And there were only scenario-based questions according to the job profile, and uh, they were asking me to be much practical, and also to give my honest opinions on the answers. There can be different scenarios to different answers. So that was the process for me. Again, as mentioned, we had three interview processes, and I would say that having a good grip on basic knowledge and knowledge to the job profile was much important to me.
So yeah, in terms of the interview round, so basically, as you know, everybody has covered almost all the things. So first was the aptitude cum technical MCQ screening round. So that round comprises of the questions related to log analysis, the malware part. There were MCQs based on that, situation analysis, and the type of malware that could execute that particular code. So that's more of a technical but an objective round. Then we had three rounds. So out of those three, two were our technical rounds, and in my first round I was majorly focused towards the Windows forensics, the log analysis part, and the assembly language part. And in the second round it was morely focused over the malware analysis, reverse engineering, and your threat analysis, and persistent mechanisms about that. And the third round was as Jeet mentioned, so it was an A round as appropriate round. So it was taken by the head for the project manager, and so that round was a managerial come technical round. And suppose this three round, yeah, so this was the three rounds. And in terms of the preparations or the questions, right, so they were more focused towards the basics and almost covers entire of the syllabus that we had studied. So sticking to the basics and being clear about your basic concepts, so that's the main key towards it.
So I think on the basis of that, we have one more interesting questions. See, as in school, we try to see that we try to cover or to design our syllabus in a way that we'll have a more and more practical uh, stuff that we are trying to put inside the syllabus, and we try to see that that syllabus related practicals we do carried out in our campus also, either using the digital forensics lab or using the cyber defense center. So as a faculty member, we'll try to see that you will have a good practical knowledge. But the questions comes is when you have received this message or the email from oversight that now you'll have the interview of the Microsoft. The questions comes is what kind of preparations, add-on preparations that you have done when you have received this email from oversight. Amindita.
So when we receive the email, we hardly have a day to prepare for it. So we just need to be well versed with all the subjects we have studied. I just revised. I just went through it once again. And apart from that, I looked up on the internet about the recent attacks that were happening and how are experts handling it. Because I was kind of aware that they would be asking my approach according to the. They should be aligning according to the SOPs, right? So I was taking care to. Uh, go through all that stuff, and that is how I prepared for the interviews.
Jeet,
Okay,
Samar, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So for preparing, first I go through with my all the projects and the skills which I mentioned in my resume, because the first round was clearly from our resume only. So I go through completely go through with my all the projects and the skills which I written into it. After the first round was completed, I get to know, like, I analyze the how interview is going. So basically, as I told you, resume, and I get to know that in second round it will be related to our JD, or we can select this stuff from the JD. So basically, I prepared the malware analysis stuff.
Yeah, Samarth,
Yeah.
Yeah.
go ahead.
So for me, again, the first round was very basic, and they were asking basic questions that I have a good knowledge of basics. Then in the next round, like they also tried to ask some advanced level question, just to see that how I respond to it. And when I told them that I don't know it, so in the next round they made sure to ask the same question, so that they needed to know my curiosity, that have I learned it, have I do I have a curiosity to learn it, what further than that. And again, whatever topic I chose, they kept on asking questions related to that, and according to my point of interest. So again, being dynamic and preparing for each and every question what they were asked for is the way to do it for me.
So in terms of preparations, so when I got the email for the shortlisting for the interview, so the first thing that I did was I had gone through the job description again, and I tried to highlight the points that they have mentioned, what are they looking for, and what are the key responsibilities that they are aiming at. So on the basis of that, then I started to gather up certain content, certain blogs, certain articles about those specific things. And more than that, see, there are historical things that can be learned, but there are constant advancements into this field. So if you come across a keyword, then there can be 5 or 7 advancement in terms of that. So I started preparing for that. What are the advanced things that have happened into that particular domain or that particular field? So started with that. So that was my first step. After that, yeah. So since the about the curriculum, we were already having a good curriculum, and during at that time we were also very close to our exams, so we were very clear with the basic part, and the curriculum part was already there. So then when I sat for the interview, so yeah, the questions were about the same. They tried to cover all the concept that they had mentioned, and then yeah, there was more focus towards what projects and achievements you have done and you have put them on your resume. So you should be very precise what work you have done in terms of your resume, and you should be very clear about the things that you have performed, that you have achieved in the past, and that are present on your resume. So that was the key thing.
Uh, So what I can understand that the kind of work or the study which you will do for an entire 1.5 years, we used to say our students that the what things that will make difference between Samarth and Anandita, or to you also, is a project. And what kind of projects you will carry it out. Otherwise, the subject and the marks would be the same for everyone. Marks could be different, but the subject would be the same for everyone. So we used to advise our students that do a good project, which is the key point which makes a difference between you and others also. And we used to talk advise our students that do not write anything which you don't know inside your resume, because the company who comes or who visit our campus, they would like to know that what you write inside the resumes that you should know. That's the key point which I would like to convey. Yeah, Rehan, it's over to you, please.
Okay. So thank you so much for this short conversation that we could have today, and thank you so much for your time. So before we leave, I would want you all to give your final opinion, or you would like to share some tips with students that are going to join in future at the NFSU. So any tips that you might have?
So I would say that NFSU is bringing in a lot of opportunities right now, and just know what you are doing. To the students, just know what you are doing, be clear with your basics, and also select good projects, because I forgot to mention, as sir said, selecting good project is very important, because the interviewer himself becomes intrigued when we choose a good project, so they keep asking questions based on that. So you are in safe hands, just grab the opportunity whenever possible.
Okay, so as everyone told, the main and essential thing is like to pick a good project. Like the one project which you are choosing, you need to know, like you need to be the proficiency in that thing or something like that. So if interviewer is asking a question to you, you should answer the way that he didn't even expect it. Like you need to like answer into the best way, and then with this some of the advanced stuff. So I think like that was the way, like just master one skills which you really like. There means like in NFSU there are many subjects from starting with the web application pen testing, mobile security to the some exploit writing and every stuff. So basically what I prefer is like just choose one subject, master it, give the proficiency in it, like do this some really hard work on it, and like in interviews like showcase how you did it and how you are using it. So that's the way I think personally believe.
So for the students coming in new, so my advice to them is that first, so rather than giving the advice, first of all, I very envy them that they will be getting a chance to be on campus and then continue their learning. And so yeah, there are a couple of things that I would like to advise them is that first, try to make utilize or try to utilize all the facilities that are available on campus. There are a lot of things to take advantage of. Other than labs and the city's infrastructure, there are a couple of more things. There are very expert professors who are into this domain for quite a long time now, and so you can take advantage of their knowledge, their expertise, and their experiences as well. And then NFS is bringing a lot of new opportunities every day. We constantly see every now and then there are MOUs being signed with other universities abroad as well. So that's one more thing. And yeah, so the time that you are at NFSU, right, try to work hard, choose a good project, and try to work towards the project right away from your beginning, so that you can take it to a next level step when you are particular reaching to that submission parts. And other than that, yeah, enjoy the campus. It's a very beautiful campus to be around and have fun.
Samarth?
Yes, so my opinion for the future students is you come here for excellence. I got more than I expected, and that's really true. And other thing that is that faculty members are always pushing you. Whatever level you are gonna be very much greater due to them. So if you want to keep pushing forward, if you want to achieve excellence, this is a place for you. That is
So I
it.
think that's a good the words we would like to hear from the students, because if you ask me as an faculty or as an associate dean, we used to see that every 3 years we do a meeting with the CEO or the CTO of the company, and we normally used to ask these questions that what will happen or what do you expect in the next 10 years. Like take an example, we had a meeting in the last year only, and they will say that the Vijay next 10 years would be of ICS security. So we thought that we'll have the last setup of ICS security or the SCADA security in the campus, and now it is already the about to install, and it is going to be commence from this semester only. In the same way, like me and Rehan, we used to see that what other companies we can bring to our campus. So we used to keep inviting them for the expert talk. Also, we try to see that they will come and will see the infrastructure. Also, they will interact with our students also. So this is what the way we try to see that our students, they will get a maximum advantage. As far as the faculty concerned, yes, this university have the legacy of last 10 years. We are the world's first uh, forensic university. No, anywhere in the world there is no forensic university. And for cybersecurity, we have the legacy of last 12 years. So we try to see that our students, they will get the maximum advantage. That is what our aim or the objective. And before we'll close the sessions, heartiest congratulations to all of you. And now you are the brand ambassador of this universities in the Microsoft. And Rehan, you would like to add anything else from your side? I think.
No, so that will be pretty much it. So thank you so much everyone for your time.